Welcome everybody to this episode of Around the Loop. Today, this episode is really unique because it's not like every other episode I had. So it's different. It's not a musician. It's not a comedian, an artist. It's more than that. So content creator, videographer. He does cinematography. He also is a part owner of Shakedown Studios as well. And today I have no other than
Bryce Givaens, other known as Givaens.
Givaens, thank you for being on today's show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So let's introduce everybody up around the loop who you are. Let's tell them.
Okay. Shoot. Well, my name's Givaens or Bryce Givaens. I'm a photographer, videographer. I been doing that for like a long time, which transitioned into me just learning that if I'm doing photos and videos, a lot of people just don't know the marketing or business side of things. And so I was like, well, they also need a website. Well, they also need like a funneling method, you know? And so I just started learning like all the steps in which you turn someone from they don't know you at all to like a loyal customer. And so I tried to learn that path as much as I can.
What got you hooked into that? Or who inspired you, I guess, if there was an inspiration? Or...
Sure. You know, no one really in my family is an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I just had a lot of friends that were entrepreneurs, and I just saw them like kind of struggling. They're like, I have some of like the most passionate like friends. I have like some people that are like really like they're just inspiring and they're really talented people, but they just lack a lot of like structure. And I was just like, you're so close. You're so close to success. You're so close to killing it, and I just want to help. You know, and I'm not like big into like being in front of the camera. I'm trying to get more comfortable.
Trust me, me too. It's been such a struggle. It really has been, especially I just recently started doing solo episodes, and
I saw that. I saw.
Shout out to Balance for pushing me to get in front of the camera. Yeah, shout out to Balance. Honestly.
Just talking to that boy at the studio the other day. He's killing it.
Yeah, he really is. I'm so proud of all the work he's done and how far he's gone and how far he will get. Actually, it's gonna be crazy. And
you watched the Twitch episode he released?
Yes, I did.
It was really cool.
There was a before episode 2, and then there was a one during the streaming too.
The one the one of him making the song.
Yes.
It came out great.
It was pretty dope, and I'm so proud of him and everything that he's doing as well.
Me too, man.
And so I mean, how is it that working with him as well? Like,
he's great, man. He everyone has their own like their own flow of how they go about things, but I'm actually like very impressed by Balance. He's only been around at the studio as like one of the engineers working out of the studio. Like he's actually like taking a lot of sessions. He's recording himself and growing himself.
That's
like
good.
It's really inspiring. But like he's one of those people that he jumped in and he knew a lot of like business professionalism that I'm really like proud of. You know, because some people jump in and they just don't know proper etiquette. And studio etiquette goes a long way. I think it's more important than being super talented.
So I wanted to ask about being the owner of Soul Shakedown Studios. So are you the owner or is there owners?
Yeah.
Question. I just want to get this right.
Of course. So Jacob founded the studio in his garage, right?
Yes.
And then he took it, he met Costello and a few others. Then they opened up the studio location that you see today, but it was one location. It was one side. So it had one recording room and then a side room, which was like a beat production room, but it wasn't being used too often. And that's when I kind of came in, and I think I met him through a mutual, and I was just like, hey man, like this is dope. I think I can take you to the next level. And I remember sending him this long message. I was like, I was coming around. I was kind of seeing him. I saw his work ethic. And Jacob works like no other. Like I really had a lot of faith with him. That's why I stuck around with him for such a long time. And I was just like, I think I can take this to the next level. Let's level up your social media. Let's level up the website. Let's get some booking software for appointments.
It's crazy how it's all set up.
And
I love it.
It's grown so much.
It's amazing. I've been peeping it all out, and it's how it's all structured out. I was like, okay, I want it. And now that I know who's actually behind that, it's really cool to actually see the person behind the entire thing. It's really nice.
So right now it's Jacob. I just want to make sure it's right. Jacob founded it, grew it, and then Costello jumped on as well when they've got the first location, and then I jumped on and just cleaned up some of the operations, and then it grew from what it was to what it is now. And now we have an amazing community. I'm so proud of everyone. And San Diego music, I think, is growing a lot. And I think we're just at the beginning. We're just at the beginning of it.
And so I want to ask, what are some honorable mentions, if we can, actually, of artists that you've got to work with that, these people are hands down, phenomenal people in and out.
Sure. I mean, thankfully, we've been able to work with pretty much every big artist in San Diego. Everyone from 22G Faye, Lil Weirdo, Sethi Smack, there's just so many talented artists. Bishop Snow, Lil Maru. I don't want to leave anyone out, but there's just so many talented people.
There definitely is. And how is it with getting to meet these people for the first time? It must be a wild thing. Just you're meeting all these new faces, all these big artists and stuff like that. So how's that feeling?
To be honest, I was not interested in music before this. I had no interest in music, and I still am not a big music head. I don't drive listening to music, and I know some people think I'm insane for that.
No, it's understandable.
When I'm in the studio all day, all the time.
All you do.
I just hear so much music. I'm like, I need a break.
Yes.
I need a break.
That makes sense.
So meeting these people, it wasn't a big thing for me. I just met them as regular, people, and then I saw their work ethic and their talent, and that's what spoke more to me than just their fame. Because sure, some people have some good following, but that doesn't mean anything. I know so many people that. They have hundreds of thousands of followers and they're barely raking in any money. But then there's some people that have small followings, really niched audience, and they're able to pull in tens of thousands of dollars.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, for the people that are curious, can you actually make an income from Instagram on a business aspect side?
So Instagram, as far as I know, they don't pay very great. From the influencers I know that have raked in millions of views, they've collected maybe $80. It's not a good revenue source. But what Instagram is it's the most credible source for you to generate traffic to your website and buy ticket sales, buy merchandise, buy features from you as an artist. So it's everything else surrounding it. You're going to see real estate agents. There's a reason that they're on Instagram. You're going to see artists. There's a reason that they're on Instagram. It's not so much that Instagram will ever pay you out as much as, say, YouTube, but it's the most credible for people. If people see you and you have a good Instagram following, they take that as a higher level than TikTok following.
I see.
Yeah.
And then what about on the YouTube aspect side? How's that from making it as a income as well? So for people that are curious how to get into the right path of starting a revenue and everything, what would you recommend for these folks? For example, me, because I just started over a year ago, and I'm barely learning the algorithm, so I know there's a lot to study.
Yeah, there is.
So what are some tips you can give out?
For one, YouTube does have the best payout system. You're gonna make the most money from YouTube for sure, from just people watching your videos. It's roughly about $4,000 for every million views.
Oh shit! Okay.
So it's a good amount, and it's not so much about just that one video you post. It's about stacking them up over time. You can start generating that income. So for instance, Mr. Beast, right?
Yes.
He has millions and millions of views per video, but it's the collection of everything that's making him pull in $250,000 to $2 million every single month, just on that. And that's not to say all of the sponsorships and stuff like that. For instance, for you, I would say you're gonna make more money getting sponsorships before you're gonna get from views.
And how would somebody go about sponsorships? Because I've been reaching out to companies, and there was one company in particular that I am blessed, and shout out to Dime Industries. They sent me a care package actually.
That's awesome.
And it was very exciting. I just got it last night.
You said Dime or Dime?
Dime Industries, DIME.
Nice.
Yeah. So actually.
Nice.
So it was really nice, and I couldn't believe it because I got an email from them and I was like, oh, is this real?
Sure.
And then I didn't hear from them for a while, and next thing you know, I get a care package. I'm like, oh snap, so it's real. So my question is for sponsorships. I've seen it for podcasting as well. It's you have to have 1,000 views at least a month.
Sure. Sure.
to at least have people look at you. So what's the best advice you can give for people that are trying?
So the nice thing about podcasting is
Mhm.
I think it's the highest form of content creation for a sponsorship point of view
Mhm.
because you have the opportunity to cut all the clips up into so many micro clips.
Okay.
So I'd say like podcasting up here, long form YouTube videos, short form YouTube videos, and then it's like Instagram and TikTok, like short form content and stuff like that. As far as the hierarchy for sponsorships,
Okay.
like you're gonna get paid the most on like a podcast because especially if it's branded in shot, an hour long, 15, 20 clips can come out of that one podcast.
That's true.
And so they get like
Okay,
a
I
lot
see.
better return of investment. And then far as like the views, you have to make sure that why should they go with you? The whatever they
Okay,
give
yeah.
you, like whatever products they give you, that's a dollar amount for them, right?
True.
And so it has to be cheaper than them to pay for ads for their content. So it has to be like, okay, so if they were to pay for one $10 ad, or they give you $10 worth of product, it has to level out the opposite way.
Okay.
So you have to make sure that you're generating more views than if they just were to pay for an ad. Because right now you can pay for an ad on Instagram.
Yeah.
And, $10 might get you, I don't know the current numbers, maybe like 10,000 views.
I believe so, yeah. Something like that.
So if I were to give you $10 worth of product, I hope it gets about 10,000 or more views.
Okay, I see now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool. I appreciate you sharing that with me. So I wanted to ask, like, for people to get to know who you are, let's take it back a notch a little bit.
Sure.
So let's talk about your childhood a little bit. How was your upcoming and you as a growing up? How was that?
Yeah. I grew up kind of all over North County.
Okay.
My parents were very young when they had me. I was actually a prom night baby. So
oh wow.
Prom night, my parents hooked up. 9 months later, out comes Bryce.
Wow. Okay.
And I love my parents very much. I'm really grateful for them. I think because of the age, how close we are in age, I feel like I grew up with them in a way.
That's really cool though.
So like, when they were like struggling, I got to see that because I was old enough, And my parents were very poor in the beginning because they're young, they're dumb, they're stupid. I'm 26 right now. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying my best here. I can't imagine having a 7, 8-year-old kid, and I have friends that are in that position right now, and it's difficult. So I grew up with both my parents. All throughout North County, I've lived in Escondido, San Marcos, Oceanside, Temecula, Fallbrook. Just kind of hopped around.
Okay.
So I hopped around, and then I stopped at Mission Hills High School. Went there. I played. I did football. I did wrestling.
Oh wow.
So I enjoyed that. And then as growing up, I'd always be begging my mom for a disposable camera. This is one of my favorite things to say.
Yeah. So let's hop into that. About the disposable camera.
I was just so excited. Every single time my parents, I was just so inspired by photography for some reason at a young age. So I'd be 7 years old and just begging my mom, "Can I get a disposable camera? Please, 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 please." And it would take me a while to convince her, and I eventually get one.
Yeah.
And then we'd be out at the store or something like that, and I carried it with me all over the place. And then she'd be like, "Hey, take a picture of me and your sister," and I would frame it up as a little kid. I would be like, "Okay, this looks good." Nah, not worth it. And I'd put it away because I knew I had only a limited amount of shots.
Yeah.
And so I was so selective because I'm not getting another disposable camera for months, Mom.
That's true.
So I'm gonna be careful with what I take a photo of. And so it's good memories. And it taught me to slow down sometimes. In this digital age, we snap so many.
True.
And I'm trying to, even in my photography today, I'm trying to take it back. I was maybe 2 years ago, I was taking 500, 600 photos per shoot.
Ooh, wow.
Now I'm getting down to 150, and that will give me about 25 really solid photos I'm proud of.
Okay. So what made you, or how did you figure out to cut down?
I just realized that good photography matters. The good photography is more about the lighting, the posing,
Yes.
the like set design and then the outfits that they're wearing, like whatever's actually in front of the camera, more than capturing the exact moment. Because a photo is like capturing something in time, right?
Yeah.
It's like freezing it, and so you want to make sure you're freezing the right product or the right thing in front of you. And so I was just like, if I want to do that better, I need to make sure that the product in front of me, like the person typically, because I mostly do photos of people, I have to make sure that the person in front of me feels comfortable, is posing in the right way, you know, like set them up for success rather than just snapping a bunch of photos and hoping for the best.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
And I like how you broke that down because it's like, it is different from versus just, like you said, snapping a bunch of photos. You're actually setting them for success.
Yeah.
There's a key difference there. And I wanted to ask, so with those photos that you've taken, have you entered any contest? Have you won any? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Sure. So I did photography in high school and I entered like a competition. I got like second place.
That's cool though.
Outside of that, I've never entered a competition, but I've really been wanting to like go into like more art shows. Not so much for just the competition, but it's really cool just seeing it displayed on the wall, you know, like
you should do it.
Yeah.
You should do it.
I would love to.
This is the year to make things happen.
Yeah. I just don't know where to even start with that, man. I haven't even been on that side of the like photography, you know, like I know I have a few buddies of mine, shout out Armando Gray and shout out Prado, where both of them have entered in a lot of different art shows, and awesome. It's really cool to see like their work on the wall, you know. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. I've been thinking about doing like a little photo book or something, just to have it on the table at the studio, you know, like.
I think you should. Yeah. Honestly, that'd be cool, and yeah, something like that where, you know, when guests come in, they capture the moment they're seeing, and they're like, oh wow, so and so, you know, moments like this and that. It's like, oh, that's really cool and it's inspiring.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll set the tone right. It'll set some mood right too.
Sure.
So.
I just don't know where to start, man. Like, let me just show you. Look at this, man.
I'm all about it.
How do I do it on the new phone? On the new Apple gallery. Where is it? Oh, I have like, I want to say like close to 80,000 photos on my phone. So I just don't even know where to start on like finding the right photo for like a gallery. Like, it's just like, if you were to make a little collection of a book of some sort, it's like, do I do like photography of like people? Do I do like high-end fashion? You know, like do I do more like headshot style stuff?
Is
like
there a way
landscape?
you can set up like a algorithm or some sort of program or something where you can like generate like I don't know, I guess with AI, because you talked about AI as well, and we're gonna hop into that. So is there something you can create where it's like, you know, give me the best shots of this X, Y, and Z, so it'll break it down faster for you? I've been thinking about it, but
I think you could. So Apple already like sections things off. Like I can search like car or dog or this and that, and it'll separate it. But I think it's still not too good at like identifying what's a good photo. You know, like, because that's like up to us. You know.
Okay, I see.
AI just doesn't understand like human taste yet, and human taste is like ever evolving.
Okay. Yes.
So it's like, it's hard for it to identify. I think it can still create good photos, but like to identify past photos, maybe it's a good idea. I'm not gonna lie. Like maybe an app that finds your best photography in your photo gallery. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be neat. And so I want to talk about AI because that's something that we discussed before, prior to this interview. So let's hop into that, because the world of AI is pretty interesting. I'm barely learning about it, and so let's educate us.
I mean, what's your questions about it? How do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like it doesn't bother me. It's interesting because it's working smarter, not harder. So it's like, okay, if it understands how to do a certain task, whoop-de-woo, and that's really neat. Okay, cool. To me, I mean, it is what it is. If it makes it smoother and faster, why work twice as hard? Yeah. So it is unique, and but will I ever use it myself or any of my content? No, I won't. and it's nothing against it. It's just I like to keep my episodes raw, unedited, and genuine. That's what gives you guys that connection. It gives that feeling. And I mean, with AI, I do understand it would chop up things and make things faster. And been told by others like, oh, try it out, let it do its thing, and I'm like, all right, but I like it having, I guess, total control.
Sure.
But one of these days, maybe I'll be open to it. So I wanted to ask you, like, what do you use AI for?
Everything. I think AI is really good at the ideation process. Like coming up with ideas takes a long time for people. And so say I wanted to create an app. I can ask about photography. Come up with 100 different app ideas for me about photography. And it'll come up with those 100. And then I can go through and figure out which ones I'm most likely to succeed in because of my own like skill set and knowledge and stuff like that. And so like coming up with ideas is really good at it.
And what do you like for folks that are I guess nervous about AI? What tips can you give them?
Honestly, I'm nervous about AI too. Like I can't lie like and say that there's nothing to be fearful for. AI is going to be able to do a lot of people's jobs better, faster. I think that the positive thing to look at is if we go back 150 years into our past, 90%, I believe, is the number. 90% of all Americans were farmers, and they were working 12-hour, 14-hour days.
True.
So now if we forward into 2025, I think the average person is working like 8 hours.
Typically
so I think with AI, the positive side of things is like, I think it'll bring us down to like 4 hours.
I can see that, or even working 4 days out of the week instead of 7. I can see that.
Imagine coming to your office or wherever you work, and AI just has all the things that it thinks it should do, and then you just choose the priority level of, hey, do this, then this, then this, then this. That would be your job. Your job would be the final say. That way it's still your responsibility as your job and your expertise, of course. But it won't be so much manual tasks. Like you're not going to have to go fill out this form, go do this, go hit up, respond to this email and everything like that. There's so many automations that are making our life so much easier. Like for one, I'm working on an email response thing. It's pretty much done.
Okay.
And so it takes all of your emails, right? And then based on its knowledge of you, it responds in your voice back to that person. And so you just never have to, email again. Like it solves that problem.
That's actually pretty cool. Okay.
And so like say you're a business owner, you would like give it all the information about the services you provide. Or for you, let's go podcasting.
Yeah, okay.
Podcasting. So like for podcasting, it's like, all right, you have an email response bot and you say, hey, I would love for you to sponsor the podcast. Just send an email to me.
Yeah.
And then the AI bot reads the email and it drafts up a response for you. You get a notification on your phone and you say confirm, deny, or edit. And then you can say confirm, that email looked perfect, and it sends out a response. And the response is, hey, for sponsorships, this is what I usually typically do. This is the responsibilities for you. This is responsibilities of myself. And like as you grow your business, it's going to continue to adapt with you. So at the beginning stages, let's take those sponsorships. Let's figure it out, But later on, you're gonna start narrowing it down and being like, hey, I need to charge this amount. I need to ask for this.
Yeah, it'll. I know it'll come to that point down the future where I'll have to do that. And I appreciate you like sharing that advice. And like I said, I'm open to all the advice you can share and anything you can share for people that are also starting in my shoes as well. So
can I ask how you organize your information about you? Like how do you structure your podcasting right now?
So as far as like
I'm gonna do a live business consultation.
Okay, so the way I structure my podcasting is I do everything on my phone. So I have I use the Freeform app, and on there it's like my little bulletin board. So I will organize it on there if I have. This point, I haven't been prefabricating any questions no more because I've gotten comfortable with doing my shows. I can just get in and start doing it. So what I'll do is as soon as I confirm a date with somebody through Instagram, I'll go on my date on my calendar. I'll put it in and go from there. And then as far as it comes to structuring, like what episode gets released at one time, I go based upon depending on the artist or depending on who it is. So like. I just recently did one with a comedian. He is going across the U.S. to raise money for children in need of a BMX. The
guy with the bike, right?
Yes, yes. So he's currently right now in Arizona, and it's a mission. So I put his episode out, and then with certain artists, like either they have a tour going on or they have an album dropping soon. So I
Sure.
try to coordinate it to help with. I do it on a business aspect side, so I try to coordinate it to help them and boost their music or whatever they're dropping too.
Sure.
And I know and it works for me too, because it's like, okay, they'll see my podcast, and then they're gonna want to see so and so. Like the biggest one was with Balance. Prime example right now. That is my most downloaded episode out of every single episode I have.
Wow.
That is my number one download episode, and it's
Awesome.
crazy because it still keeps getting downloaded. And we have another episode already filmed. I'm about to drop that soon too.
What's your what do you think the reasoning is? Because Ballant is just that amazing of an artist, which he is.
Yes, he is. It has to be with Instagram too, because I know we've been working hand in hand with everything, especially that he does all my editing for my photos. So I do make sure that I tag him in everything. So I know that's where the flow of traffic goes to as well.
Yeah.
So people will see, oh, every single post, like, wait, Balance is tagged. Balance, okay, let me check him out. Oh, he's a music artist, and that's how it expands. But yeah, I mean, I've been kind of curious about that too as well, actually. So no, that is a good question that you asked me that.
Do you track? When you post your podcasts,
Yes,
are
sir.
you posting them through Spotify?
So I post it through RSS. RSS.com is what I use, and it is the distributor for podcasting. It gets put on Amazon, Spotify,
Nice.
iHeartRadio, Deezer. It's Apple.
Out everywhere, huh?
Yeah, everywhere. And YouTube
everywhere.
as well.
Very
so
cool.
the cool thing is when I post that episode, I just have to hit the YouTube video button and it'll drop a YouTube video as well. But it's just the audio. And so until I drop the video, then people can see the video.
Got it.
So, and it's interesting because he is the first episode I did that I started my interviews. So he's my first one. So he's like, yeah, he's the reason how this all started and how it actually opened the gates for me interviewing more and more people. But that is I'm still curious how, when you told me that, like, how do you think that? I don't know. That is a good question. So I keep track on RSS. It'll show me. I check daily. Just to see like the views and downloads, and I'll go through all my episodes, and I'll first go through most downloaded, and I'll see, okay, which one got most downloaded, and it happened to be Balance. So I'll check it, and I'll check the region where it was downloaded and what time. And it'll show me everything. Wow. So I check that out, and I kind of study that. And so I used to release my episodes Sunday at midnight here at this time. But then I'm like, oh no, I need to. And the views were great, actually. I was getting a handful of views. In the morning I would wake up 15, 20 views. I was like, oh, that's great. But I actually started releasing the episodes 9 p.m. here, so then on the East Coast, they would get it at midnight.
Oh, okay.
So everybody would have a night for the night crew. It's for the night crew as well. And ever since I started doing that, the traffic's been a little slower, which is kind of interesting. So I'm trying to figure out the views and how it slowed down a lot. So I'm tracing back and trying to figure out what I did wrong or where I went wrong, and I still can't figure that out. And but yeah, as far as it goes, like that's how I keep track of it based off of the RSS account. It'll just show me.
Did you change anything like the length of the podcast or?
I started adding videos. So
and that's when it started going down?
Yeah. So it's kind of weird because at first I was doing episodes without videos and getting a good amount of views and everything. I was like, all right. And then the moment I started doing videos, it started dropping. So I was like, well, that's weird. Okay. I was like, okay, that's awkward. Maybe I don't want to be in camera no more. But
yeah.
So I've been trying to figure out what it is. And I mean, I've studied other podcasts. I know different camera angles. I've seen that before. And I do understand that. And I mean, I do understand that, most podcast teams, production, they have a whole team behind them. I'm a one-man gent, like I'm just a one-man team. So when it comes down to editing, I'm learning by myself. I'm on my iPad trying to figure it out. And
CapCut?
No, I use InShot. I used to use CapCut until it got banned, and then it got brought back.
Came back, yeah.
Yeah, so I use InShot, and
I got an idea here.
I'm open to it.
ChatGPT says audience fragmentation. So maybe due to releasing video content alongside audio, now you have people going to the video and you have people going to the audio, and so they're splitting the attention. And so maybe the audio has gone down because now people are watching the video.
I have been noticing. Yeah, actually, now that you say that,
I wonder if they add up together to be like the same number.
So, as far as the YouTube, because YouTube's its own separate account. So I know I do check my YouTube as well, and actually, yeah, you are right.
It might be that, huh?
Yes, yeah, because I have noticed that I'll get more views on like the audio. If it's on you, it's just the audio. Sometimes it's just the audio video gets more views. And
so now people, when they're searching you, they're like going to the YouTube video and seeing the actual visuals, or they're going to the audio.
So when they got on the YouTube page, it'll open up both. So every episode will be an audio version with a video.
But now people have the choice, and they didn't have the choice before, and so the views were probably doing better because they didn't have a choice.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's free. Freeform. I have that app on my computer. Is it just? I'm pretty sure it's like just like my favorite app. I think it's my favorite app is Milanote, and I'm obsessed with it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I've heard of it before.
And I think it's exactly the same. Like, you just get to be able to drag and drop and put a bunch of stuff on
that's
there.
That's what I love doing, because I can work with other people like that and just add them on, and we can work on a whole project like that.
Yeah, I have like, look how many different Milanote, like, these are all different projects. These are all my artists. This is the studio, and so I have everything about my studio company here. So we have like the income, we have the different positions, we have the internship. I try to keep myself as well organized as possible.
Kind of have to set up a business a day with you, because I want to learn how to grow too one day. So this is I'm gonna have to go through you. This is cool.
Yeah, man. I try to keep everything organized, and there's just so many different. It helps me keep my brain like kind of organized, because there's just so many different, like, you see, like I've worked with this is the real estate company that we're sitting in right now, and we got the recording studio, we got Zooted Farms in here, and so he has all the separations right here.
Nice.
Man, I'm so crazy about this.
I love it.
My girl and I, we have one. And we have our faith in there.
Yeah, that's
we have
awesome.
Food and retirement and everything like that.
I actually I would love to learn how to do that with me and my lady, because we would love to. That'd be cool.
It's so cool.
That's so cool.
It's so cool. You can share it just like Freeform. That's why you mentioned Freeform. I was like, it's like the same thing. I was like looking at it. I was like, it looks exactly the same. I'm gonna have to start using that. Looks nice. Yeah.
That's
you
nice.
can drop audio. You can drop visuals. You can drop links.
Yep.
To-do lists. I just like that. It's like you can put a board. I don't know about Freeform, but you can put like a new board inside of a board inside of a board.
Ooh.
So this is my homepage, right?
Yeah.
I go in here, and there's another one, and then if I go in here, there's another one, and then I go in here,
not like that.
one. And so you're like, it's like folders, you know?
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool.
For Freeform, it's more like a bulletin board. So it's like you just paste. Yeah, that's interesting.
The organization. I wanted to try there's another one called Notion, which is a lot less creative. This one's like kind of you throw everything all crazy, and then Notion is more like structured. So it's like more about like lists and tabs, you know, which I debate upon, because I know Notion has like all these like AI tools and there's so many cool features with it. But I'm like used to Milanote. I don't know. Like, I don't want to shift. I have so much in here already. I have thousands upon thousands of notes in here. And so I just keep everything. It's like my brain. Like, I really feel like everything in my life is on this computer. It's insane. Yeah, man. I just use Milanote and ChatGPT like every day.
That's actually what I was going to ask next, is which AI program to use in Chat. Okay.
So I've tried Claude. I've tried Grok, which is like Elon's one. All are good. They just have different use cases. So like Claude is really good for like copy. So if you're trying to like write a story or write something like that, it's really good at that. ChatGPT is kind of like the one that's kind of just good at everything, you know, not the best at anything. And so it gets away with a lot of things. So I can code in there. I can write copy in there. Wow. I can do a lot of stuff in there. So it's like, why not just use the one that's going to work for everything? Because now, like, it knows me so well that, like, if I ask it any question, it can go back in the knowledge bank and like know about me, you know? So
That's pretty neat.
yeah, it's interesting. I'll even take Milanote and I'll take a screenshot, or I'll download it as a PDF and I'll upload it to ChatGPT and I'll say, update your knowledge about me. And it'll update like everything it sees on screen. So like any numbers on screen, any links, any videos, anything like that.
So I wanted to ask, when it comes to you having your, how do you track your stuff? I mean, I guess you know, it's not more of how you do it, but when do you often track your stuff? Like as far as like the foot traffic that's coming in for your videos and stuff like that on YouTube, and how often do you do that?
So, I try to stay away from like being so focused on it. It is a little dangerous. I know some people, they just get so into it, and you can learn a lot from it. Yeah, so I mean, I do have like a few Google Pixels on different sites, so I can like see where the income's coming in and out.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And you can see like what type of device they're using, what type are they on Wi-Fi or on cellular, a bunch of different information. So I can look at those things, but I'm not looking at those things very often. Maybe like every 3 months, you know. And then other than that, it's just Instagram analytics, just going on there. And then I do have the studio page is hosted on Wix, and so on Wix I can see like a lot of traffic and analytics on there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'll bounce between a few different ones. There's another one called Similar Web, Similar Web, and that one allows you to like compare different websites. So that one's pretty cool. And so you can like say you search. Let's go. What's a website? I was gonna do the studio, but
actually would have been a perfect.
Yeah, let's go. Shakedownstudios.com. Oh, boom. Yeah. Sign in. And it'll compare like multiple different websites, and it'll even show you like if someone's running an ad on something, it'll show you what they're running an ad, like what their ad looks like.
Oh wow.
Which I think is pretty cool.
That's neat.
Oh wait, I no longer have the paid version. There we go. So this is our buddy's Wavy Sound Studio, so Shakedown. I've looked at all the other studios and stuff, and so you can see like the view durations and how many pages they view. So like the average person that comes to our website, they go and look at 7 different pages on the website. Then you see a 31% bounce rate, which is not the greatest right now. I want to improve that. That means that people are coming to the website and just bouncing out and just leaving for who knows what reason. And then we're getting about 800 views on the page per week right now, which is pretty good.
That's crazy though. That's good though. Yeah. 800 is that's a good amount.
I mean, right now we're pretty booked up at the studio, which I'm really grateful for.
That's a blessing.
Yes, super blessing, man. We've gone through like slow seasons, we've gone through busy seasons. It just depends, man. Like sometimes holiday seasons are slower, you know, just because everyone's spending money on other things.
Just got to pull my head out of my ass and actually get the license. So I attempted the first time trying to do the freebie stuff online, and there's only so much you can learn.
Sure.
Until I actually went to go take the test at the airport, at the Carlsbad Airport, just to fail a portion of the land navigation that wasn't on the freebie. So you have to take the course.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually where you get, So after I failed that one time, I failed and got a 69%. No lie, it was a 69%. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. I was like, no, this is not.
Yeah.
So I failed, and I just never went back. So I've been talking about, I'm going to do it. And tax season, like you said, coming back, I'm going to get that license, because it only takes, I can get it in about a month, and under a month, and you have everything ready, set and go. Yeah. And I definitely want to do that just to be starting to work with other people too. So
sure.
When I get that up and running, I'll let you know. And whatever you want to do, like, because a license, you have to have a license to be posting stuff on YouTube. And I warn people from time to time. I'm like, hey, just heads up, do you have a license for this? Because I don't want you to get in trouble. Like, FAA is tracking. Just letting you know.
Yeah. You definitely can get in trouble. I mean, I fly mine without.
Oh, you can if you're flying for recreational purposes, you can. For fun, you can. But the moment you start posting things on like YouTube, that's when they start tracking you, because that's considered some form of revenue.
Have you seen them go after anyone that you know?
Not personally that I know. I haven't met any pilots. So I'm like,
Mhm.
I haven't met another person yet that does drones. So I'm like, okay. Until I run into them, I'll let them know, but not yet.
Yeah, I have a few friends that fly, and half of them have drones, half of them don't. I definitely could see you getting in trouble. Like, say if you're, like we're at the real estate office, if you're doing some real estate work or something like that, I could see that becoming a problem.
Just because you keep posting it on social media, that's when it becomes an issue. Is you don't have to charge for anything, but the moment you start posting it and it starts making any form of revenue, that's when it becomes an issue.
Got it.
So you can fly all you want, you can take videos, but for your own personal account, you can't really see a day of light of the internet. So all the folks that I see like, oh, I got a drone shot of this and that, I'm like, hey, congratulations. I reached out to their people. I'm like, hey, just check it out for you. Just want to make sure you're good. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I was like, hey, just heads up.
I think if you have a drone that's under like 280 grams or something like that, you're okay.
Yeah. So they're after a certain weight, yeah. So it's 280. I think it's like 286 or something like that. You have to register it. And with registering it, you have to have a serial number and everything. And that's when you do have to register. You get a registered license or card for it. I have it in my wallet. I have my wallet in my car. But when it comes down to posting videos and charging as a job, if you want to make any revenue, you have to be licensed.
Interesting.
And there are upsides and downsides of being a recreational pilot versus being commercial. Commercial is where you get paid. Recreational is for fun. Recreational, you can fly. It's kind of weird, but during dusk and after hours, you're able to fly. There's certain limitations when you're a licensed pilot. You don't have to. No, when you're licensed, there's limitations. So when you can fly actually at night, it's weird. There's limitations to certain things, and so it's important for people to make sure you do your research and stuff because it's like owning a car. You could just go up and fly, but once you get pulled over, it's a shit show. And the FAA is really good at keeping a big case. So they'll build a case. I've seen a lot of YouTube and people like, oh, I got hit by the FAA for not having my Part 107. I'm like.
Yeah, they build it up over time. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, pretty good because it connects through satellite. So yeah, with the small ones, with the small minis and stuff, like you don't have to register those, but it just comes down to releasing the video on the internet. That's
interesting.
Where it is. It's a gray area.
Yeah.
It used to be you can donate it. But it's changed.
I'm gonna have to be careful, man.
Yeah, it's changed. It's definitely changed. So I wanted to ask for like. For AI, what else do you use it for besides work? Is there anything else you use it for outside of work?
Honestly, like at this point, like I have ChatGPT on my phone, and if I wanted, say I didn't know how, like a technical thing when it came to my car, like I can give it access to my camera, hold it in front of my engine, and it'll tell me like, oh, check this nozzle or check this
What the
thing.
fuck?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's so cool.
I saw some girl online that also like changed her tire. She had no idea how to do it. She just set up her phone, and it was just telling her in real time. She set up her phone, gave her access to the camera and microphone, and then she's like, hey, how do I change this tire? And then it's like, hey, undo this bolt, undo this, like make sure you check this. It was walking through.
So neat.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, there's small things in AI too that I'm using that aren't so apparent. Like when I'm editing my photos now, I'll use like AI noise reduction, and just so it cleans up any of like the pixelization and stuff like that, just to have even sharper, cleaner images. So I use it for that. Honestly, like macros, working out. I've been trying to get back in the gym.
Yes, I've been peeping on that. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I feel fat, man. I feel lazy, man. I used to be really like fit. Like I used to work out a ton. My buddy Austin and I would do 113s. We'd be training in the backyard, and just I'd rack up to like 700 push-ups, and I'd be like feeling good, feeling strong. My back felt great. Yeah. And then I just got into this like work until I die mentality, and I just started working like crazy.
It happens. I got dragged into it too. I was literally going to the gym like for a while. Me and my lady got into it. We were going to the gym, going together, and consistently it was going great. And then just life hits, and it's hard to get back. It's hard to have that time. It's what it is. It's time.
It is
it's trying to make the time. It's either you're gonna get super early up because you're not gonna have time later on in the evening, especially with how your schedule goes.
Sure. Sure.
It's almost impossible.
Sure.
Same thing for me. It's like either I gotta cut some sleep hours just to go to the gym at night, having to get up super early just to be at work at 5 a.m. Like it's a journey.
It's difficult, man. And honestly, time has been my like biggest like new focus, and that's one of the reasons I am working out, is because I know I'm not going to get this time back. And so I know that if I work hard now with like not only just work, but my physical body, my mental mind, everything like that, sleep, then like later in my life, I'm actually going to have energy, because I just see some people and they just have like regret in their eyes, and I just don't want that. And I want to have like energy. I want to be able to run with my kids and like just, I don't know, like I'm just not going to get this time back. And right now I don't have as many responsibilities, you know, outside of work responsibilities and work relationships. I got my girl and work. Like that's my life right now. My family all moved out to Iowa randomly. Oh, wow. And so I'm like the only one here. So it's like I don't have responsibilities necessarily to like take care of them as a lot of people do. I still call them and talk to them, but it's different, you know. It's just me against the world, you know.
No, 100%, and I totally get that. It's a lot. It truly is a lot.
You know, like my new mission right now with AI, I'm gonna put it out there into the world. Like the new thing I want to do with like business consulting and AI development and software development is I want to help 100 entrepreneurs save 100 hours per month, and save $100 million. That's like my new thing that I want to do, because if we can get time back, like the money's cool, but if we can get 100 hours every single month back, that's 25 hours per week. I know it's a lot.
Yeah, no, and when you talk about time management, because I can relate to that as well. Like when you asked me about how I manage my podcasting and stuff like that, it brought it back to like, so like within a week, I'll either bust out, depending on how I can line it up, I'll either do 5-6 episodes in 1 week, knowing that each episode is every single Monday. So 4 episodes, that's a month already. Yeah. And I try to bust out at least, I'll do a full week of just straight podcasting, take a week off, try to give myself a break, because I mean, I work a normal job too, and it's hard to balance both. It's the whole time management thing as well. But you know, you said buying time back. No, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, if I can just help everyone save time, like I'm gonna be everyone's best friend. Like, come on, like who doesn't want more time with their kids? Who doesn't want more time to work out?
You know, and I love that, because I've been thinking the same thing with my lady's brother. He has 3 kids. They're young. Oldest one just turned 5. So he's got a 5-year-old, 4, and a 3-year-old. And for him, like I've always been telling my lady, it's like I want to, because he's a graffiti artist. He's a really fucking great artist. Awesome. And I've been trying to push him to get out of his comfort zone and start a business where he can be his own boss, where he can go paint and get paid to do that. And the whole purpose for me is so he can buy time with his kids. Sure. The whole thing about buying time. The
unfortunate reality of like being an entrepreneur though is the first like 2 to 5 years you have no time. Yeah. It's the opposite. Like you're gonna have to sacrifice so many other things.
It's true.
In order to become successful. And yes, you can work smarter and not harder, but at the same time in the beginning stages, it's about filling your schedule and becoming so busy, and then taking a step back for a second and like identifying what are the tasks that actually need to get done, and let me get rid of everything else. Because half the time with entrepreneurs, I feel like there's like 80% busy work and 20% actually revenue generating tasks. It's like,
that's true.
There's only so many things in your business that actually matter. It's like, how do I get clients and how do I service my clients? That's the only things that really matter. If I can get more clients and I can service them well in a short time, that's what matters. But then people get so focused on everything else that now it like just makes them just so dogged down on time, like they have no time at all. It's sad to see, and I've done it to myself multiple times, and I keep on having to like readjust and pull back. But yeah, entrepreneurship is not for the weak. Like I don't work a job. I don't work a 9 to 5. I'm a 1099 everywhere I go. And so here at the real estate company, I'm on 1099. I
Yes,
come and go when I want. The Soul Shakedown Studios, I'm not working for as a W-2. I'm also, free to do whatever I want. But, all these responsibilities, they pile up into becoming more than 40 hours per week.
Yeah. Because it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it adds up. So, for folks that are curious, what is the 1099?
1099 is as a private contractor. You're working for yourself. You have to have your own LLC, or you can have a DBA. You can have a DBA under your name, or you can have it just under your name for a business account.
So my question is then, for if somebody were to want to start or contact you, would contacting you be the right? Like if they wanted to start a business, would they contact you for this, or do you point them to another person?
Yeah, I rely on my network. I don't know everything, and I don't claim to know everything, but I have a great network of people. We're here at the real estate office, and so right down this way, I have Ellie Domingos. She's a law practicing professional. So she can professionally file your LLC. She can professionally.
That's perfect, because I'm gonna have to talk to her soon. I do want to create this. My goal is to create this podcast into an LLC, because I do want to, as a mobile podcast, because I made mine different from other podcasts. So that's what sets me different, is I'm a mobile. So I don't just stay in one spot. I go to you, make you comfortable, and drive. So it's like, I want to learn how to get a company vehicle for the podcast and stuff. And
write that off.
Yeah, to do that, I got to LLC it. So
you can write off your own vehicle too. You don't have to have a company car.
See, I'm gonna have to come to you guys, because I don't know this stuff.
There's so many different
I definitely
things.
want to learn, and I want to grow.
I would love to help build out your kit too. Like we can.
I would love that.
Like imagine you have a little, like a Pelican case, and you open it up. It has a little screen so you can monitor yourself, and it has 2 different cameras. And that's the whole set. That's everything. One Pelican case.
That would actually be pretty sick.
Right?
That would be pretty sick.
I feel like you could get away with something like that for like $1,500.
That is.
And then you just have everything right there. And now just open up the suitcase, and now you're ready to film. And then you have 2 different camera angles, one for each guest,
I like that.
Yeah. And then it goes into editing though, so that's the
that's a whole different beast. It definitely is.
Like I have a full-time editor under me right now.
That's awesome.
And he's out in Slovakia.
What?
Shout out Vizzle.
That's
his
dope.
name. Yeah, he's amazing. He's young, he's hungry. And he's just a badass, man. He's a really great.
How'd you guys get in contact? That's so crazy. Like,
yeah.
How'd you do that?
Instagram threads.
Okay.
So I've tried doing Upwork. I've tried doing Fiverr. I've tried just Instagram DMs and stuff like that. They all work. But I've gone through so many different editors. I've gone through so many different people for not editing, for other services too, online. And a virtual employee is super valuable, because overseas, the dollar goes a lot further, and he now has an opportunity. I want him to come to the States, next year, cool. At the end of this year, even. That'd be amazing. And so I just went on Instagram threads, and I was like, I'm looking for an editor, and I had maybe 50 responses. And then I just went through all those responses and chopped it up with a few of them, and then I think I shot him and 3 other people, different projects, and then he came back, gave me a product that was amazing, and I was like, let's keep working. And then it started with just doing one-off jobs, and then it continued into, hey, I would love to work with you solo, this is how many jobs I get per month. This is how much I can pay you. I don't have time to edit them because I'm busy with the studio or shooting or at the real estate office and coding. And so I'm just too busy, and I don't want to stop shooting. I really love shooting. Yeah. Shooting is my favorite thing to do, especially with an amazing, talented artist, or with cool people. It's fun shooting. Yeah. And editing's hard, man.
Oh, it definitely is.
It's hard.
I don't know the big beast of it, but I've been trying. When I do my little videos, it's
you're it's gonna take me 30 minutes.
Fuck no.
2 hours later.
3 hours later, for sure.
Yeah. But
Oh
yeah, I
my
just
gosh.
found him on Instagram Threads. He DM'd me, and you know, the rest is history. We hopped on a few calls. We set up a Milanote. We collab on there, and then whenever like we have a project, we just open up Milanote, and we're like, hey, I dropped the Google Drive in there. You know, like if you look right here, you can see projects to edit. So these are what he's working on.
Okay.
I just paid him for this project, and so he checked that off. Upcoming projects are right here.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then I have things like, let's see.
So what is the return rate that you're trying to, I guess, like how fast are you expecting to get a video back?
So I mean, he can do overnight if I need it.
Oh, damn, okay.
But it just depends on, you know, like me, how much can I pay him as well? Because like,
okay, I see.
You know, if I pay him more, of course he's gonna be able to like figure something out, you know. But he's 18. And he's young. He's in high school right now.
Shout out to him, though. Shout out to him.
He's senior year right now. Actually, I have this audio that
I would love to get him on the podcast. We have to set up a Zoom call with him.
We can do that.
I would love to get him on the podcast and then do an interview with him too, because that's first international. That'd be awesome.
Let's see. Visual, this is for you, man.
It's uč sa na maturu ty trúbka. So, uč sa na maturu ty trúbka.
Hell yeah.
And what do you think that means?
I have no idea, but
No
that
idea,
sounded gangster.
It means, what was it? It was like, hold on. I got it. Scroll up. It was... Wait, what the heck? My bad.
Yeah, like that's not what it said.
Oh, learn for graduation, you dummy. Because he's studying for his final test right now, his final exam.
Oh, wow.
And so he just has it on his Milanote, and he has like, look at this, like it says it over and over and over and over again. And I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, study for your graduation, dummy, because he loves editing. Like he does like editing. Like his goal is he wants to be like a director. And so this is his first step. You know, he's getting experience editing, so that, you know, when he's saving up for a camera, we got him a whole package ready, so he has a camera, lens, everything, and he's been saving up from all the editing jobs he's been doing with me, and so he has that. So I was trying to learn how to say it to tell him to study for your final exam, you dummy, but I don't know how to say it exactly.
Oh, I would mess that up right away. That's pretty cool though.
Try it, man. Cool. What do you think?
Uč sa na maturu ty trúbka.
Uč sa na maturu.
Uč sa na maturu ty trúbka. So, uč sa na maturu ty trúbka.
Oh my God.
Shout out Vizzle. Shout out my guy. Shout out my guy. Every video right now he's been working on that you see that comes out through me. He has a lot of cool projects. I've been working on this video series with Bad Habits. He's an awesome artist. He's real creative, and we're doing like a 3-video series right now.
Oh, that's cool.
So like each video like leads into the next music video. And so like there's a whole story behind it.
I like that.
Yeah, that's been really fun.
Neat.
Yeah, I'm excited. And then I just like helped out shooting a video for Lil Weirdo, Siete Gangyabi, Flashy B, and then GL. And then it was produced by Jacob John. Yeah. So I'm excited for that one to come out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How was the process behind that? Like filming everything? Did you have a team with it?
No, for that one. No. So for that one, I actually got asked to just come out and just help. I was just doing like I did VHS. Oh. Okay. I shot photos of the entire day, and then I shot like a second camera for the most of the day, and then I'm trying to remember the videographer's name because I don't want to leave him out. Shoot, man, I can't remember his name right now. I just met bro for the first time, but really talented director out in LA. Oh wow! He drove down and we shot it. It went great, man. Shout out Courtney Hendo. It was at the Hendo Loft. So really cool atmosphere and location. But yeah, it was just kind of like just shoot whatever we can think of. I was helping out. We were moving around lighting. There's probably 40, 50 people in there. It was pretty packed, man.
Okay, I thought it was maybe I don't know, 10 people. No, okay,
it was
40,
a lot.
50.
It was packed, man. Everyone get over here. It was cool. But I think it's gonna come out crazy. That collaboration between artistry, those different artists, hasn't been done in a long time. So. Yabi and Weirdo, they haven't really been around each other that much for quite some years. And Weirdo went crazy. Yabi's now going crazy as well. And so it's really cool to see them collaborate together again. So
that's amazing that all the unity that's coming together and whatnot. So
I'm seeing that a lot.
Yeah, it is pretty nice, and especially with the podcast. That's my goal too is to unite people and to give everybody a platform and share their voice and stuff like that.
Sure, thank you for letting me share my voice, man.
I appreciate you, taking your time to be on the show too, and shout out to Balance because he recommended me to have you on the show.
Shout out Balance.
You got to get him on the show. I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I've been checking out your stuff and your work and everything. I was like, okay, this is different. This isn't. He's not a musician.
Sure.
He's not a comedian. I was like, okay, business. Okay, AI. And I was like, okay, videographers. Okay, I was like, this is pretty neat. This is different.
I think I have a good ear for music, though. I think, I'm in the studio so often, and I get to hear so much variety of music that I can. And I'm not a huge fan per se of music, so I have the listener ear, I think, and so I feel like I can listen to music and judge it based on if I feel like it stands out against everyone else's music, or if it has some characteristics that I think would do well in videography as well, which I think is a big part of it.
So I did want to ask you about that because I did notice, since you mentioned that there was a clip that you dropped with 777 Blessed.
Yeah, 777.
And so how was that? Was that because you mentioned about how you picking a video and everything whatnot. How was that with him?
Yeah, it was great, man. We shot a little studio performance. It was shot right there at Soul Shakedown on the podcast set. Set up 3 different cameras. We actually have another video coming soon, so I'm excited for that one to come out. Visual's working on it, man.
Oh, that's amazing. Shout out to him.
777, amazing voice, very talented artist. It was great working with him, man. Honestly, I tried making his job as easy as possible. Come on in, cameras were all set. I made some fine adjustments. We ran through the song a few times. With the podcast set, it's nice because I was able to switch the camera angles live. So
that's neat.
I sit behind and I'm like, camera angle 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that edits it for you. So now when you come to the editing, it's done. And so I just needed to throw a title on there, color grade a little bit, and that was pretty much it.
That's really
Take care, man.
That's neat. That's neat because like I said, and what about his music that caught your ear, that caught your attention?
So
what was it?
I think Jacob actually recommended him and talked about him. I think I came in for a session one time and they were just making some dope music. And sometimes I'll step in and I'll say something, and sometimes artists will come to me. So I try not to intrude too much. But when I hear something good, I'm just like let's do something. Let's work something out. And I can't remember if it was myself coming to him or him coming to me, but we got it working, we made it happen.
That's amazing. I appreciate you taking your time, especially for sharing a little bit of this and a little bit of that about you and stuff like that, and knowing that you're here to help build other people's dreams as well with yours as well. You're not just about yourself. You're there to help the world, and I love that because we're on a similar mission, is to help others.
Sure.
Because we can grow independently. That's great and all. But what's the point of that when you can do it and do it with others? It's great.
Yeah, Layla Hermanzi. I don't know if you know who that is, but her Layla Hermanzi's quote, which I love so much, is she says, "Make a dream so big that other people's dreams can fit within." And so that's what I aspire to do. I want to make a dream that's so big and I can make such a big impact that everyone else's dreams can fit within mine, and I'm not stepping on theirs or diminishing their value.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on too. Honestly, that's I'm out the who was that quote again?
Layla Hermanzi.
Okay, I'm out the
it's a power couple, man. It's Alex Hermosi and Layla Hermosi, and they're just business owners. Have you seen Skool? SKOOL?
That sounds very familiar.
It's pretty popular right now. It's like the new form of like online education right now. And so like if I wanted to make a school program about coding, I can make one, or you can make one about podcasting, and then people can subscribe for free, or there's like a paid option, and they get like course, and it's like almost like Patreon.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And so and they do it in like a gamification way, where it's like there's a leaderboard, and you can see who's doing better and who's growing their school better.
That's cool because it'll make a competition. It'll make people. It's that motivation. It'll show like that. It's that good spirit and stuff.
I'm definitely like inspired by like Alex Ramosi, like his way that he runs his businesses. It's very interesting, and I love his consultation sessions when he sits down with someone and it's like, okay, what's your acquisition like process? Like, how do you funnel the clients? Where are the leads coming from? And like, how much time are you spending on all these different things? Like, that is such a fun process for me, and that's what I love doing on Milano. I'm just like, let's figure this all out and let's like streamline it so that you can scale up.
No, I appreciate that, and honestly, it's amazing because you're the first person I've met that is doing this. This is you're one of one for sure. I'll tell you that you're one of one, and continue to keep doing what you're doing there. It's a blessing for people to meet you, honestly, because there's a lot that you can do for them, and it's a lot that it can be done for yourself as well, and on the business aspect, I'm definitely gonna lock in with you and work with you on that because I want to grow. My mission is to grow and to continue to help others. I don't want to ever stop.
Sure.
I don't ever want to stop, and I want to be able to help others and give back to the community. The biggest thing is to give back to the community.
Right.
But can't give back if I don't got no money. So I got to learn how to, get to that point. I want to learn how to get there.
Let's get you paid, my guy.
That's the whole goal.
You're not far from it either. There's
no, and I can see it, honestly. At one point, like, I want to get to the point where it's like, I'm just doing my podcasting. I'm not breaking my back no more. I'm pulling cable and doing what I do, my normal job. I just want to be able to, be my own independent boss.
Sure.
And I can see it. And for me, the hardest thing is finding, I guess, somebody that can help me or guide me in the right direction to open up a LLC or what kind of LLC or S corp or whatever would actually help the podcast and because I know there's a lot of tax filing, paperwork, and everything, et cetera, behind that if you don't understand what you're doing, you'll get shitted on. Yeah. And I definitely want to grow. I definitely want to grow and continue to keep helping others. That's my whole goal.
Yeah, and I will never say like I'm the best at doing all taxes and all these different paperwork and filing for everything. But I definitely know people around me that can set you up for success. So it's like if people want to like sit down with me and like just pay for my time, and I will do my best in my power and abilities to set you up for success.
So if somebody wanted to reach out to you and actually book you, how can they go about that?
Yeah, I mean, Instagram DM. I have a little landing page coming soon. Okay. I'm finishing up on it.
Nice.
So you can fill out a little form and tell me what you're trying to do, and we can get to work. Just Instagram DM for now. You can reach out to me there. I guess that's probably the best way. I'm always on Instagram DMs and trying to respond to everyone. Yes, sir. Right now, it's like the majority of the communication. I do a little texting, but really, that's just where I'm at right now. I guess you can email me at bgivaens@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll make sure I put it on there. I got you. I got you. We'll put it on the description there as well.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to doing a part 2 with you in a couple months, just to catch up and see where we're at, just to see where you're at too, and hopefully to see where I'm at too. Hopefully by then I'm already LLC'd up and having a company vehicle instead of driving my little Camry. I swear I'm at the edge to the point where it's like I need another vehicle soon.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Camry. She's running strong, but it's just 287,000 miles.
Woo! Sheesh, man.
And that's my daily car, so I'm like,
I
kind of need a little truck or something so I can put all my equipment and stuff, a table and chairs. And then the hardest thing for me is finding the right people for that, because I don't know nobody for that. But now that I do, I'm glad. I'm glad.
We can get you set up for some cash flow, man, for sure.
I appreciate it.
It's no problem.
What else? Let's see.
You're a great interviewer, by the way.
Thank you. You're the first person to tell me that. You're the first person to tell me that, honestly. Like, it is, and I've been learning. Each interview I do, it's I'm learning one step at a time, learning how to be comfortable and communicating, and it's hard. It definitely is so hard.
I really want to take like some communication classes or courses or something like that. Like speaking, like live speaking is like definitely a strong skill to learn, because it's like you think of like the most powerful people in the world, and yes, they're like really intellectual, but at the same time, like some of them just know how to convey themselves better than anyone, and they know how to surround themselves with the right people. And so like I feel like I can surround myself with the right people, but can I convey that in front of an audience? Can I convey that online? I think that's the next step for us.
Yeah, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, I'm just I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the future brings for us as well. So I had 2 final questions to ask you before we wrap this up. First question is, if you were to see the younger version of yourself in front of you, what would you tell yourself? What message do you have for little you?
Younger me, younger Givaens. Looking at him right there now. Shoot, man. So many things to say.
Like, it's okay. I mean, you can take your time on it, because it is a big question.
Yeah.
It's not something that just it's easy.
There's just so much advice I feel like I can give to a younger me now. Like I feel like if I could talk to, we were talking like 2 years, 5 years. What do you think?
Let's say like 2 to 5 years. 2 to 5
years. I would just tell him, I think, to like stick to like 2-3 things max. I have a habit of like trying to diversify and try to do everything. Stick to 2-3 things and get really good at them, because like you just need one thing to become successful, and I think counting on one thing and that's it is like dangerous. So 2-3 things, get really good at them, make sure the cash flow comes in, and then make sure to work out.
Yeah.
make sure your mind is right.
That's another thing, is
sleep too.
Definitely take care of your health, because it's like if we can work and be an iron workhorse, but if we don't take care of our body, that's our temple. That's our way out. Like, how are we going to be able to work if we keep crashing out on things and can't? So no, I appreciate that. And then my last question is for the folks of Around the Loop and the folks of around the world, actually, because I have audience from all over the world, and that's actually the thing that still fascinates me, is from seeing folks from the other side of the country, from the other side of the world. Like, I don't know how that happens.
Around the loop, man.
Yeah, around the loop, around the world, Mr. 305. Here we go. So, my question for you is, what advice do you have for the folks around the loop that you can give them as well? What advice do you have?
I'd say get organized and then take action, like as quick as possible. I've been studying. I recently took a coding class under Mark Liu, and his biggest thing is code fast, ship fast. And so, yes, prepare your business, prepare like whatever you're trying to do, but then you have to ship it so that you can beta test it. And so I think some people get so stuck in either the planning stage or taking action stage. And so if you get stuck in the planning stage, you never get to take action and actually test to see if your plans work. Like if you prepare for making a podcast for a year, and you never actually take action on it, how do you know if people are even going to like it?
That's actually what happened to me. I for the idea of the podcast game was brewing for like 2 years until I had to pull the trigger, and I was like, oh my God.
And how much have you learned since you started? Compared to that learning phase when you were just practicing.
It is so much. It's a whole different person. It's a whole different person.
And I also don't advise people to just ship fast and like they always say, just start. I agree with that. But set yourself up for success and have a way to organize along the route, so that like, or check in with a consultant like myself or someone else that can help keep you organized or on track. Because if you don't set milestones and goals and ways to stay organized along the journey, then you're just running off the tracks of a train and you have no direction. You're just like going for it, that's great, but like it's not going to be sustainable. Like you need to have organization. Organization is the foundation of a lot of business. You need to become a good operator, and I feel like people don't know how to become a good operator. They're just good at their service, and becoming good at your service is just a small piece of the business. A small piece of the pie. So it's like you got to make sure that everything about your business is running smoothly, and so don't get stuck in the planning phase. Don't just take action. You need to have a balance. There's balance in life. So Plan a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
take action, circle back. What can you do better? What can you adjust? What can you change? Organize it, write it down, mill a note.
Yes, that's important.
Free form, anywhere,
it down.
paper, anything.
You have to write it down.
Write it down, have it somewhere, and then take action on what you wrote down. Take action on what you want to change, and then see what the audience or see like your network or whoever you're servicing or taking care of, see their response, and then do it again. And just keep doing that. If you keep on doing that cycle, you're going to succeed. So you got to keep going that cycle. You can't just keep taking action, not looking at your audience and being like, do you guys like this? Like, if they don't like it, change it. You got to do something different.
True.
You know, maybe we're going to start shooting the podcast from the tops of our head the whole time. You know, like, who knows?
Bird's eye view right there.
You know, we got to do something different.
Different approaches.
What's it called? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result is insanity. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
I appreciate that advice. And like I said, I appreciate you just taking your time out of your busy day. Because I know, like I said, you have a busy day as well. And so do I. And just to get to share your story. This was amazing. Spending this hour with you, just getting to learn a lot of things. And I'm, I heard business and how to grow. Like I'm going to lock in right there right away, because if I don't do it, I'll never be able to grow. And that's on me.
Sure.
That's on me. But now that I know I have guidance and people that can guide me in the right direction and help, I think I'm excited to continue to grow this podcast. And 6 months from now, when we do a part 2, just to see where we're going, it's going to be nice to see like, Around the Loop podcast is LLC and you did X, Y, and Z. So
on that, no one was handed the same cards in life. You know, some people get shitty cards, some people get good cards, some people get a mix. It's just how you play them.
It's true.
So, like, I understand circumstances can be bad or good. Just learn how to play the game, because it is a game.
It is.
A game of life.
It is. So that concludes our episode of Around the Loop podcast. Like I said, stay tuned, you guys. I'll put the link in the description. I'll put his Instagram there so you guys can reach out to him. And if I were you, I wouldn't miss out this opportunity. If you guys want to grow, definitely tap in with Bryce here, and let's make this happen. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you. That's a wrap.
Let's go.
Thank you.